Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Kenshi Shek's Conquest, episode 103, First Strike, Last Stand. So the recap is as follows. We made a run for Blister Hill. We attacked it from the north. We wore down their garrison, and then eventually fed their leader to the fog. We captured Phoenix, ran all the way over to the Fog Islands with him, and fed him to the crazy foggers, who have since taken over a sizable swath of the Holy Nation's western edge. So the Blister Hill is now owned by Flotsam Ninjas, aka Mole, and then Bad Teeth and Stack have gone to Shek. The plan for this stream is relatively simple. Prepare for war against the Shek. What I plan on doing is not attacking AdMag directly. I think a direct assault of AdMag is probably not how we're going to go about it. So what I want to do instead is to take down a different Shek city first, like Squin, declaring war on the Shek formally, and then eventually pushing to AdMag. I think if we went directly against AdMag, there's a situation where the stream ends a little early, but also I think it's best if we match our blades against the 100 Guardians before we go against their capital. You know, just to make sure that we know what we're getting into. All right, my DJing is failing pretty hard here. What is going on? There we go. So what I'm hoping to do is to just get a little bit more armor smithing going. There's not too much that Glitch could make for us to have made a significant difference before we formally go against the Shek. There's a little bit of selling to be done, which I suppose Kane could switch his backpack out for. But what I want to do is I want to wait for some of the late arrivals before actually besieging any specific town. So what I'm going to have Kang do right now is to actually grab an empty wooden backpack and head up to the way station to buy some food, because we are a little bit low on food. Also, Dennis, not only have you resub, but you've gifted out 5 community subs, and Moles with the resub as well. Moles, it has only been 8 months. Man, it feels like it's been longer, but pleasure to have you resub as well. So one of the things that I'm going to need to do is to make sure that our Shek are getting fed, because we've been on the warpath a while, and when you're on the warpath a while, it means you're not farming or feeding. So our food barrel here is basically empty, more or less empty. So that's something that we're going to want to remedy. There's a few paladins on our roof that are likely to starve soon, which is probably a good thing. And then we're just going to continue rolling out the Unholy Plate and trying to get everybody on Unholy Plate. One of the issues that I do foresee rolling Unholy Plate out to everybody is that the Shek attack with frag axes. They're high-level Shek attack with frag axes, and a frag axe is going to do a remarkable amount of damage to our arms as we fight. Ooh, puppy treats. Don't mind if I do. Here you go, Yoda. 2 carrots for you. Hey! Moist Pineapple Pizza. Thanks for the resub as well. Almost a full year. Little hype. Yeah, this is potentially the finale. I can't really see a reason why it wouldn't be, because we are very close to completing what we need to complete. Rockfin, what are you doing? You're aimless? Go sit down. I'm going to have him operate the research bench. Actually, there might even be stuff I can research. Yeah, I mean, I have so much extra research right now that I could just put it into random stuff, I suppose. Let's get hydroponics for the heck of it. And then we'll go with, yeah. And hashish, just because why not? All right. it's something to do while we prepare for war. So, oddly enough, one of the biggest preparations we need to make is to make sure that we have the food to go to war. And then I'm going to have you all decide on what non-Admag Shek City to attack first. We'll leave Admag last. So here we are in the way station. I think I'm going to go out to the hub as well. And then also to the rebel base, just to maximize the amount of food that I get. And Glitch, thank you for the bits. And Aggro for the 34-month resub. Holy cow. That is a whole lot of months. Man, it's too bad that no one's strong enough to use the Exile Plank or the Paladin Cross. Those are two wonderful weapons that are just sort of sitting there. I also ought to be on the lookout for additional arms and legs. I think our arms and legs are at particular risk during this fight. Hi, buddy. But it's not super important. I mean, we'll try to keep our legs on. But if I don't get a ton of spare prosthetics, well, it's not the end of the world. So I guess I'll update the goal. Yeah, no, actually, it's prepare a war. And then in, let's say about 9 minutes or so. Oh, who are you? Slave mongers. In about 9 minutes or so, what I will do is to poll you all about what other Shek City to hit. And there's a lot of options, interestingly enough, because Stack got flipped and Bad Teeth got flipped. And then, of course, there's Squin and the Great Fortress and Last Stand. All valid possible targets for us to attack. So, you guys will make that decision. Tennering and Lost and Found, thanks for the resubs as well. Sorry for the bad camera work here in the canyon, but cheers. So we are getting some totally probably unusable or research that we will not use. I think I'm also just going to get something silly like, I don't know, what's behind Advanced Stone Mining? Ancient books? Yeah, I don't know. We're not really going to get much more. So, just some food shopping. Some light shopping here with Kang. As long as he doesn't put away his stuff in our last base. It's weird to think, well, I guess technically not our last base, our first base, because we had the interim base just outside the walls here. Which, I guess, technically would account to be a base. So there's a little bit more food. We'll go out to the rebel base, and then maybe to a high village too, just so that I have plenty of food. Because we have plenty of money. We don't really have anything left to spend, unless we make a run to the scrap house for more weapons. Which I could do. It depends on how much we're going to sell. Probably that will be something that we do, though, if I'm to make a prediction. Alright, and then one run out to the high villages. And Dom, thank you for the bits. And Mahai Goku, or Mike, thank you for the resub as well. And Joe True, for the full year. So hydroponics, if you're wondering, is a way for you to grow crops in hydroponic basins that don't rely on the soil of where you're living. Very research. What are you yelling at? What are you laughing about? You know, but it's very research dependent, where you have to get a lot of research first, so it's not very economical for new bases, if you were wondering. And there we go. That's about all the food they have, other than, I guess I'll get the raw food, might as well. And homebound we are. Away, I suppose. Okay. I'll pay more attention to the base now. So then the last thing that we want is to try to get as much armor on us as possible. Switching out our white plate for unholy plate. So Greaser, you are next. And if we could get chainmail, that would be great, because the chainmail that Chemo is working on is really the only thing that truly protects us from the frag axes to the arms. What is everyone's stats? Well, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to go through everybody's stats, but here is Rockfin's at melee attack and defense around 60, strength, toughness, and dex in the 40s and 50s, upper 40s. Then someone who's new, like Jackson, if I can find Jackson, has just like 5 off of that stat check. So we're all sort of 40s, 50s, pushing into the 60 range, but not that much higher. So if we do take out Esata the Stone Golem, we'll definitely be overachievers. That is for sure. She is pretty tough. So if you wanted to make the hydroponics, here's what like hydroponic wheat straw would look like. We could find a place for it. So here's what a basin would be. And it's space intensive, it's resource intensive, it costs a lot, costs power. So only do that if you're truly, truly desperate for crop. Or if you're living in a city and you can't farm. Because you don't own the land around it. That'd be another good reason to go hydroponics. Could someone clean up these hungry bandits that are just dead? Ruka, what are you doing? Yeah, I guess she's trying to clean it up. There's just a lot of bodies to burn. Well, thank you for the hype train, guys. I appreciate it. So Kang is almost home. And then I'm going to have you all vote on where to go. So probably 15 minutes past the hour, I'll put that to a poll and have you decide. Here we go. Some more armor. So if we take a look here, other than Chemo, because I know Chemo doesn't have Unholy Plate yet. Fully, this, I guess, is yours. Going in order here. And then the shirt will go to Larry. Why not? And then there's all this old clothing to hand down to others. We do have a caravan visit coming in. It's coming from Trader Guild. Okay. And here's Kang, having delivered all the food. Now Kang's going to switch backpacks and head over to sell some of the armor. And weapons that I don't need. Possibly headed to the scrap house, too. That's not out of the question. Let's see. I don't need these planks of frag axes either. And I think there's some planks over here that I could sell. There we go. You are mightily encumbered. So I'll pull that first. Should King visit the scrap house? Yes or no? With the money that I'm about to make from selling the clothing that I have, should he try to buy the best possible weapons before we start the war, or just rely on our craftsmen? There is also a guardless katana here. So this, if you remember, I was replacing some of the outdated katanas, like the one that Mike has, which is just Mark 1, with guardless katanas, so that we are, if we're down to one arm, we're about as protected as we can be still. Or at least we can strike. And then after this poll wraps up, there is the timer on the poll. Done. 2 minutes. I'll poll about what Shek city to attack first. Ooh, and more armor. This armor is coming out off the line pretty quick. Thor, this is yours. Now, the only other worry is that the weight of this armor slows us down a little bit. And then it'll be hard to run away from the 100 Guardian, which are the most powerful defenders of the Shek Kingdom. I wouldn't say I'm worried. Whoa, that's a big hit. Oh, yeah, because he's using the frag axe. So there's the power of the frag axe. 2 hits, and that bandit, Hungry Bandit, is crippled for life. It's possible that I try to use the plank and the Mato plank and the Mato Paladin Cross, but obviously whoever wields it is going to be too weak for it. But it's always a possibility. Because, you know, It's hilarious when they connect, even if it is inefficient. Man, you're still under attack? Who possibly would be foolish enough to attack you? Oh. Dust bandits. Oh, clunk. Right to the head. One hit KO. Everose Drim, Inland Lacrosse, and Madsy, thank you for the resub, the bits. I appreciate it. I'll cheers that. Alright, we are still moving to the way station. Why'd you stop? Oh, because there's a bunch of bandits here. King's only moving at 13 miles an hour, which means he can't really outrun anyone because he's so encumbered by all this armor and weapons. And yes, King should visit the scrap house. Okay, I'll probably have King make 2 trips because there's still yet stuff to sell. And then go to the scrap house and see what I can buy with the remaining money. And the floof says hi. Happy little floof. Oh, Garlic Katana. Yeah, let's repeat the queue. Sorry, glitch. I screwed that up. So, the reason I'm doing the Garlic Katana is I do think the frag axes that the Shek Kingdom have are going to cripple our arms a lot. A lot. Just my prediction. Whether it's true or not, I have no idea. And any decent arms here... No, they really don't have any decent arms. Bummer. I was going to buy arms. Hey, hydrate. Cheers. Oh, Jesus. Hi. Right into the shop he's following me, trying to bug me. Cheers. Speaking of bugs. Steady left. No, I don't want steadies. Another thing that might not be terrible is for me to buy more longbolts for the Eagle's Cross that we bought headshot at the end of last episode because that was one of her parting gifts, and bolts longs are not that common in shops. Like it can be sometimes tricky to find them. All right, back you go. With food and longbolts and then weapons that I couldn't sell because they were out of money. Do I think anyone's going to die today? I really don't know. I don't really want to put a prediction on it, truth be told, because I don't want to jinx anything. I hope not. But it's very, very, very possible that that is indeed what ends up happening. I really don't know. 2 bag frag axe hits to the head, and that's a very quick lights out scenario, you know? I can't believe I still have Night Knave manually mining. Like, it's totally unnecessary, given all the automated hour drills, and he's still just like, yep, I'm happy to be mining. Why is King so... No, don't hit me. Get out of here. Wow, 55 reliable. Did you see that? It was just 55 again and again and again. Oh, because I'm still encumbered by 43%. Trying to figure out why I was still so slow. So Ruckfin finished up all the research that I had. I'm just going to keep researching because there's really no point not to at this point. Prototype harpoon turrets. I'm not going to use them. Just researching them for the fun of it. And then let's get well 3. Why not? So then the next question is, what Shek city should I attack first? Squin, Stack, Bad Teeth. Great Fortress, or Last Stand. So there you go. Have yourself a good old vote. What do you think I should hit first? And headshot. You... I don't know if you have room for the bulk longs right now. I'll hand it to her eventually. But you all voted that I make another run, or make a run to the scrap house, so... Here, King is going to the scrap house at ridiculously slow speeds. In fact, it'd be faster if Rockvin just picked King up. Yoink! And then went to the scrap house holding King, because then all of King's weight disappears. I know, strange, but it's just the way it is. Alright, there we go. Hi, Mr. Yoda. Getting free pets. Where's my base? You're gonna come raid me? My base is right here, nestled in the eastern half of the swamp and the western half of Shem. And there has been many raids, and none have succeeded. So you're welcome to head my way if you want. Alright, Gizo. Time for your fresh coat of armor. And to get a full head count, we have chemo, and then 1, 3, 4... I think just 4 unholy plates left to do. So I'll probably hold out doing the final attack until we have all those unholy plates. Hey, look! Idiot squad! Hungry to be incinerated. Brilliant. Is there only one good spot to make a base still? I don't know what you mean, but no, there's lots of good spots to make bases. If that's what you mean. I wonder how King feels about being carried. He's almost always the one doing the carrying, so this is probably a bit infantilizing. Possibly. So I don't really need that moon cleaver either. Glitch is still working on the guardless. We almost have another plate. A little bit of progress for the black and chainmail. And here we go. I'm putting a timer on this poll. So you got 2 minutes to finalize that vote. It looks like Great Fortress is winning, but not by too many votes. So if you haven't voted yet, feel free to vote. Is there any tax collectors here? No. There aren't any tax collectors where I settled. But it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be unharassed. I was harassed a lot by Dust Bandits and Black Dragon. And Band of Bones. Up to the scrap house. So I'll just be looking to buy Edge 3 weapons only. For those that don't have Edge 3s. So let's see here. I've got 46k on me. I wish the Edge 3 quality stood out a little bit more so that they were easier to just see at a glance. Because you're just basically looking for, like, what is the shiniest? So, Nadachi, Edge 3 Nadachi, who is the Nadachi? I think Mike. Is my memory really that good? Oh, yeah! Look at that memory. Dang. Alright, so, obviously, then Nadachi is worth buying for Mike, and I can't afford it. So, let's sell some of the frag axes that I brought. Buy the Nadachi. Set it aside so I don't sell it again. And then sell more of this. Okay, I have 54k, and that's enough for maybe a horse chopper. Horse, that one's easy. Horse is the one with the horse chopper, so we'll buy that too. Boom, and then I have 37k left, so that might be enough for one more blade, depending on the price. And you guys vote for me to do Last Stand first. Got it. Dessert first. A Palicross Edge 3. I'm not going to do a Palicross because we're not attacking robots, and Palicrosses are great against robots. Man, they have a lot of horse choppers Edge 3. And Naginata. Okay, I'm going to have to look that up. Who uses Naginatas? Chemo. You do. I believe you already have a Naginata, though, of Edge 3 quality. Let me double check. Yes, you do. And I don't believe anyone else uses Naginatas in our roster, so that Edge 3 Naginata is going to be ignored. Polearm. We do have someone using polearms. Turda uses polearms. Nope, that's not Turda. And he needs it. Perfect. So we'll buy the polearm. That leaves me with 12k. That's probably not going to be enough to buy another weapon. And we're good. 3 additional weapons for our Shek of quality beyond our crafting. Oh, there was a whole saber too. Darn, because I could have bought that. Alright, well, that'll work. Let me put down King, because we can run home at the same speed. And maybe I make another trip. I don't know. But let me update the goal. Prepare to attack Last Stand. Now, what's going to be a little interesting here is Last Stand is obviously... Is King coming? Oh, yeah. Just went a different way. Last Stand is obviously going to be neutral to us. We're not formally hostile with the Shek yet. So I can scout it out. I can walk around it. I can't trade with it because that's a rule. But I'll be able to do some interaction with them before committing to an attack. And they are on their way back. Here's some more guardless. Let's figure out who needs this. Someone with a Mark 1. Oh yeah, here we go. Larry. Come on, Larry. I know you're full of ore. But hustle up. Okay. Oh, what? What? Oh, no. Turda was hurt during the making of this unholy chest plate, because I got attacked by... He must have been shot friendly fire when fighting these hungry bandits, and his injuries caused him to make garbage. High grade is just not something I'm going to wear, so I have him resting. Bummer. That's annoying. Rockvin and Kang. Yep, they're neck and neck, running back. They'll be here in just a minute. Another question is, should I wait to attack until I have unholy plate for everyone? And by everyone, I don't mean poetic and I don't mean headshot, because obviously they're never going to wear it. But like everybody else. So should I go sooner or later? Should I try to get the armor done first, or should I just get going, you know? So horse... Let me start trading. Kang's going to give out these weapons and then do a little bit more trading. Horse, hold up. Quit it. Stop running from me. Ah. Close pull. Alright, so horse has a level 3 horse chopper. The polearm was for Turda. That's going to be easy because he's in the bed. He's not running anywhere. Actually, he's healed. Wait, heavy polearm. Oh, no, I was wrong. Hold on. Who uses heavy polearm? Tilk uses heavy polearms. Okay. Whoops. Sorry, Tora. False hope. Tilk, where are you? You already, I believe, have an edge 3. So, you know what? Tora, I'm going to give it to you anyway. It's similar enough that I don't think it will be a problem. It obviously draws from the same skill set. So, I will update that for you. And then, last but not least, the Nadachi from Mike. Hello there! Hey, old Buddha man, thanks for gifting out a sub. There's the Nadachi. And then Kang is all set to grab any other weapons that are laying about that we don't need. Obviously, I'm not going to sell the Matos. That would be insane. And this armor that we're not going to equip. The Moon Cleaver that I don't want. The old katanas that I don't want. That edge 1 can get doled out. Oh, Thorfinn, what are you supposed to be using? Any weapon. Oh, I see. Thorfinn, I am going to give you... You can't handle the exile plank. How slow are you when you hold this? 23 miles an hour? Okay. I'm going to give you the Mato Paladin Cross. I might consider giving Kang, who's our strongest, I believe, or maybe Shona's the strongest. Well, Shona already has the Moon Cleaver. I might consider giving Kang the Mato Exile Plank when I go to Formal War. We'll see. All right, so the last thing I want to do is to upgrade our katanas. And horse, that would be you. Come on, where are you? And then Kang can bring the reject weapons. Let's take a look at their stock. Yeah. I'll buy their stuff. I believe it's marked up kind of ridiculously, but saves me the trip. There is no Holy Nation anymore. Alatma. They're gone. I killed them. They don't exist, so... There's no reason to inject their garbage ideology into our, into the chat. Because they don't exist anymore. They're... I guess they exist as shattered only, I suppose. Alright, I'm gonna put a timer on this. It looks like the nose will have it, and as soon as King gets back from his shopping visit, we'll get going. Yeah, Phoenix has been fed to Fog. Seta was fed to Big Things, and Voltena was sold to the United Cities. The Holy Nation does not exist at all. They've been fully removed from the game. I will need to have King heal up. So he's not hurt going into this fight. But I'm excited. Have I kept your Wakasashis? I have. I've not sold your weapons. I feel like I'm pretty good at not doing that. If only I could buy better ones. Come on, open. Oh, he hasn't refreshed, so he has no money. Tangier, thanks for gifting out a sub. To Ginger Tea. I'm gonna buy the... I don't really want the steady arm. Is there anything for me to buy? I could buy the skeleton repair kits, but I'm not gonna be using them. I already have a bunch. Oh, this person has some money. Had some money. Okay, well, that's fine. Because I'm not going back to the scrap house. I don't really need to sell the last 2 weapons. It's not that big of a deal. Rockfin, you're fully healed. So get back to research. And then in a minute here, we're going to head on out to go raid Last Stand. I am pretty well. I have a bit of a sore throat, but nothing too serious. Alright, Case, this is your armor. There's no rhyme or reason about the order at which I'm upgrading these. Oh, we are getting attacked, though. Oh, I think it was a hungry bandit that got up and is now incinerated. Where is Headshot? Why are you standing there? The paladins up here are collapsing due to their hunger, so that's cool. King is back. I'm just going to drop off these 2 weapons. Also looks like Glitch just finished one more guardless. Let's find a recipient for that, and then we'll head out. Jackson. Why on the map of my settlement does it show a city? Because I have a lot of buildings. That's the way it works. The more structures that you have, the larger it becomes. So, here we go. Turning jobs off for everybody. It's going to take me a second to... Oh, King should probably sleep. It's going to take me a second for me to put away all the stuff that they shouldn't have on them. So we'll go through one by one. I do have a lot of, like, random meds that have been stolen. I don't think I'm going to be putting those away, though. Unless they encumber me, which they don't yet. Kang, congratulations. You are going to be the lucky recipient of the plank. So you move it 23 miles an hour. That will be fast enough. So let me update the weapons chart here. That should be fun to see in action, honestly. And Tangier, thanks for gifting out, oh no, it was, I already said that. Dark Demon, thanks for the follow. So one way to clear the stolen tags is just to throw them in the item furnace, and it will clear the stolen tags, and then you can take it back. But I'm just doing that to make room on some people. But as long as I'm not overly encumbered, it really doesn't matter that much. I'm just trying to reduce the total encumbrance weight. And because I'm lazy, I'm going to put iron directly into it too. I'll also stack it nicely, the meds that I'm putting in here, so that they're organized or whatever. Alright, we are almost through. Ooh, the Slotus. Yeah, let's just not deal with that. Okay, we are good. The next one is who has carry weight and bag space. Almost everybody is over encumbered, which is kind of funny. Tilk has carry weight and bag space, so Tilk, you're going to be some of our food carrier. There you go. I keep calling your name. It's your 15 seconds of fame repeated. And Chemo, you have some space as well. Or weight, I should say. Horse, you're not. You're a little encumbered. Mike. Alright, good enough. That's probably a lot of food. Everybody comes out. Shona should still probably be the slowest, but if she's not, it will be pretty obvious. And we are going to march to Last Stand. So let's lock up the base. and head on out. So it does look to me like Jackson, Thor, and... Oh, Thor's slower than Shona. Thor and Larry are slower than Shona, so everybody follow Larry. And Larry, you're going to head west. Bandit demands are coming in 18 hours, but if I'm not there, it's not a big deal. And let me update the current goal. We're not preparing. We're just attacking Last Stand. And formally declaring war on the Shek Kingdom. So if we take a look at the factions here, our current relationship with the Shek Kingdom is 0. We haven't done anything for them. They haven't done any, you know, we haven't healed them or anything. We've had basically no interaction with them at all. Only their their splinter factions. Meaning, Crawl's Chosen, Berserkers, and Band of Bones. And all 3 of those factions are gone. So our goal list grows smaller every day. Are you trying to mug me? Oh no, they're not even mugging me. Yeah, I'm gonna make an example of them though. I'd really like to see Kang connect. Oh, I didn't even heal Kang. But I'd like to see Kang connect with his plank. So... Oh. How'd that feel, guy? Here, just everybody let him murder him. So, he doesn't have the strength to use the weapon exactly, which means he's not efficient at it, but when it connects... Oh, man. Bye-bye. Okay, we're going to be continuing marching. I just wanted to watch him use the plank. It's obviously not a good weapon for him because he attacks so slowly with it, but it's hilarious. And that's all that matters. This will also mark the first time that Headshot is using her brand new Masterwork Eagle's Cross in combat. Up until now, she had a Ranger, and only at the end of last stream was it decided that she get bumped up to Eagle's Cross, which is the hardest hitting weapon. But with that said, I'm not going to like micromanage and abuse the fact that she has a like a god tier weapon, because the game is not very well balanced to, you know, to account for Eagle Cross users. If you run faster than an enemy and you have a lot of bolts, there's really nothing they can do. There's very, very few enemies that use ranged attacks in Kenshi. And only really if you're going way down in the southeast is that ever a thing. Oh, I'm easy pickings, am I? Alright, fine, I'll stop for a second. Dying, unconscious, unconscious, playing dead, unconscious, yeah, okay, easy pickings. Sure was. I think they hit me twice before I stopped. Alright, we're going to be running along the coast of the swamp here to go to Last Stand. Last Stand is actually probably the furthest from our... I'm going to run by the Berserker village as I head on over. But Last Stand is probably the furthest from our base. Okay. Keep moving. I don't really care about bone dogs. Nope, keep going, keep following. Their legs get hurt, or they're just slow. I know Thor is one of the slowest. Maybe Larry's getting faster. Larry's using a falling sun, so that's why he's so slow. It's a heavy weapon. He doesn't have the strength for it. So the lights off to the left is the swamp village. This is just Standard Swampers. I'm not stopping. We're not shopping. I will swing by the Berserker village, but it should be empty. We saw to that. We killed Ghost. Sort of curious how endangered Poetic is given his lack of plate. I'm going to stop a second so that we patch up. Yeah, now we don't have any active bleeds. Alright, Larry. Take us away. Looks much cooler when we're running in formation slow-mo, but I don't want to take a year and a day to get there. The other thing I'm eager to see is the Paladin Cross, Thorfinn's Paladin Cross in action. It doesn't hit humans particularly hard. It has a minus 10% modifier, but given its crazy high stats in the first place, it should be pretty fun. Unfortunately for Thorfinn is a hacker-based weapon, so he's not going to be very proficient with it because he's been using katanas his whole life. And then Kang now has a heavy-based weapon, and fortunately he does start with like 20 heavy weapons, so this isn't totally foreign to him, but it's obviously not his weapon of choice either. So there's some proficiency to build up, which is exactly the reason why I'm not attacking Admag right away, the capital of the Shek, but some other city, in this case, Last Stand. Yeah, no one's home. Actually, is that true? Ah, I see some Berserkers. Hold on. Hello? Just two Berserkers sitting here? Whatever. Obviously, I could kill them, but they're leaderless. They don't pose a threat. Moving on now. Who would I say is the weakest Shek of our crew? Or of all Shek? Of all Shek, it's probably just some starving slave in the United Cities slave empire. Of our crew, I really don't know. I'm not cannibals. What the hell are you talking about? Krall's chosen. Okay. You're dead. You're done. Yeah, good job, guys. Of our crew, it depends on what you define weak. Like, if we're talking strength alone, well, statistically I could figure that out pretty quick. It's probably Headshot? It's Headshot, Thorfinn, or Poetic. In terms of, like, weaknesses to take a punch, you know, it's whoever has the lowest toughness, which might be, like, Jacobot or Jackson or someone like that. I think Slotus. But like any good army, you know, together we're strong, individually we aren't. So our strength comes in our formation and our focus. Bye-bye, spiders. And here's Last Stand up ahead. Not too far off. Do a quick injury check. So Ruka's chest is a little injured. Elz's arm and chest. Nothing all that serious that I see. Thor's a little banged up, as is Gizo, but nothing that requires breaking camp. So here is the fortress, if you want to call it that, of Last Stand. Right now I'm just looking for crossbows, mounted weapons, etc. To which there really aren't any. So if you're wondering, the 100 Guardian are the ones to beat, other than Esata. They are the elite soldiers of the Shek Kingdom. They have big, heavy weapons. In this case, I thought they'd have a fry axe, but they don't. Decently tough armor. They're not very fast on their feet, which is why you can outrun them, you know, as long as you don't have leg injuries. But this is sort of a practice run for the final war. These barracks here probably have a considerable amount of 100 Guardians in them as well. Okay, and they are gonna be talking down to me in just a second here. Okay, let's have a chat. Smuggling check. I don't have time for this. Nope. You should have taken the bribe. Alright, buddy. Arrest me, he says. So here it goes. The red light is on. So, a huge power of the Shek, and their specifically weaponry, is these splash attacks. Let me see if I can catch one in slow-mo. They have wide swings that hit multiple people. So this 100 Guardian just hit 5, it seems. So that's going to be the challenge of fighting them, especially if we don't divide them very well, is that they will splash attacks, not even really given the ability to counter or defend. So that's something to be aware of. Just like every other fight, some stripping might be done. So here, that 100 Guardian gets disrobed. They were trying to disrobe me, so I think ultimately it is justice. And here's the planks. They have high blunt cat 2 planks on. Nothing as scary as the exile plank that I have, but still pretty hard hitting. And they are dropping... Oh, Chemo doesn't have room for that. Orin does. And this is really good training because their stats are higher than mine, so I gain a lot of combat experience by knocking them out and sparring with them and fighting with them. Except for there's not too many of them. But I would very safely say that if there was an equal amount of 100 Guardian versus us, I would either need to use special tactics or get super lucky for me to survive. So, just to put that in perspective of how tough they are. They have attack and defense. They have an attack of 71, which is higher than even my highest. And they're managing to splash attack knock people out here. One of the challenges is because our melee defense isn't particularly high, our guys aren't, they're not parrying, which means that their attacks are getting through, and then they splash on everybody else. So that's why it's particularly challenging to fight them. Thank you for tuning in to Kenshi Shek's Conquest, which originally streamed live on Twitch, February 22nd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com or the description of this video have a link to Discord. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Shek,